Back in the locker room, our special guest, Steeler place kicker Jeef Reed. And Jeff, this past season, obviously a disappointment after going to the Super Bowl. And you know, we spoke actually during the season. Was there a point in the season where you were kind of going, I can't believe this is happening. I mean, this is not the way it was supposed to be. We were still supposed to be in the hunt. We were supposed to be making an effort for this.
Yeah, it was one of those seasons where you look at it and you look around the locker room and you're like, everybody besides a couple players, we just won a Super Bowl.
Right.
And so, and we ended the season on a run. It wasn't just like we were totally dominant, but we were dominant at the right time, which you have to be. And especially at this level, but you have to realize you're in the NFL, and everybody gets paid. And it doesn't matter what city's been a not as good team in the past and what city's been a great team in the past. And it's anybody that's why you play the games. And we didn't get a lot of breaks, and we beat ourselves a lot. You know, we win one or two more games, we're right in the hunt.
You think about it, the contrast of the two seasons: the first half 2-6, second half 6-2, something like that. I can't get all the math.
You're right.
I'm
all over it, baby.
I'm all over
it.
Okay. Then I'm on a roll now. Don't interrupt me.
I'm sorry.
All right. You
wanted to check your math, though. You were looking at me. Was that right? Come on, admit it.
Well, you know,
was that right?
Some of those, when you got to, carry the one, that sometimes gets a little confusing. But you think about it, that two seasons, they were separate seasons. I mean, the first half was such a contrast to the second. And you try to put a finger on it, and it really comes down to making plays at the right time. That's all it is. It's just making plays.
Yeah, and we realize that, and that's why if somebody, say we threw an interception, say we dropped the pass, missed a kick, that's the kind of team we have is we're not worried about it. We just keep playing and playing and playing. But there comes a time when when it goes all 4 zeros on the clock, you got to be 1 point up. And we could have, but we didn't find a way many times just through one very mental easy error, and a mistake. But that's the way it is. I mean, we're human. It's human error, and you have to go with the flow in this league.
Jeff, it surprises me because you're one of the top kickers in the National Football League. 5 years ago, we were talking about this. You came in on a wet, rainy fall day to kick field goals in Heinz Field, and just hoping to get on with an NFL team. Do you ever kind of go, I can't believe, what's transpired over the last 5 years?
It's always good and bad to reflect at times because sometimes you get too caught up in what you did and you don't focus on the present. But every offseason, I look at my performance. Last year, I was 10 for 10 on the road, which I think is great.
Great.
But I missed 7 at home, and 4 of them were ones that I always make. And, obviously I didn't always make them because I missed them, but those are the ones I always cash in. The longer ones, it happens. But, so I wasn't real happy with that. No matter what the field conditions, the wind, whatever people want to make an excuse for me, I don't need it. But
Wolf always does. He goes, the wind is really doing some crazy stuff every Sunday.
Hey, we're tight. Don't try to drive a wedge between me and my man. I
appreciate that, because everybody else is booing me, throwing stuff at me. At least somebody's got my back, even though they're on TV and I can't hear it. But the thing about it is, every offseason I look back and it's just like, man, like I see a friend just in a normal job get laid off who has been there for I don't know how long. Yeah. And then I see myself, and I know it's hard to make the NFL and it's harder to stay.
Right.
I mean, that's the motto I've always been told and I live by. But, when you look where I came from, I got cut from the Saints, went through all those tryouts. Pittsburgh randomly selected me because someone was hurt, and then I had a tryout, and I got on the team. And since that, won a Super Bowl, been in the playoffs, hit some game winners, been interviewed, been doing stuff like this. I mean, it's a life-changing. It's a great opportunity, to say the least, and I always reflect in all season.
What you need is a Pro Bowl year now to cap the whole run that you've had. But let me ask you something. Everybody says you got to wipe the slate clean if you have a miss, even when you have a good play, bad play. Honestly, how much does a miss hang with you
during a game?
Don't lie, we know.
Don't lie, come on.
He's got the Jedi mind trick.
I do.
He would know.
Yeah. I will pull a ninja on you so fast it'll
you've been on the sideline when I miss.
Yeah.
And so you don't even. Everyone clears the way. I go talk to the kicking net for a minute because it doesn't respond, and I realize I'm on top there. But then I throw my helmet, or I just say I talk it over with Chris and Greg and, the guys that, have something to do with my job and, and then you move on. Yeah. But after the game, I mean, it sticks with you because if I'm 3 for 4, I'm still mad after the game.
Uh-huh.
If I'm 4 for 5, I'm mad. I mean, if you had a game winner, great. And then those games you're 0 for 1, you're like, man, I got to wait till next week to step up to the plate. So, I mean, it sticks with you, but, I mean, in the heat of battle, you have to get it out of your head.
Has anyone said something really either bizarre or funny to you after you've missed a kick?
Well, I mean, Coach Kyle would be perfect for that. But, I think more than say it, he sprayed it. So,
yeah.
I mean, it was he just some of the things that people say. I mean, because unless there's you're just a kicker. Well, there's a lot of mechanics to kicking.
Oh, and I hate that. Don't you?
I mean, as far as the hitting and stuff, yeah, you can make fun of me in hitting drills because I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But when I take my job serious as far as kicking, everybody does. But I mean, it's just like they say, well, why'd you? What happened? I'm like, well, it didn't go between the 3 poles. I mean, that's my answer to you because that's about the knowledge you got of what happened.
Uh-huh.
And because there's so
many.
many.
Are you taking a shot at us?
I'm talking a shot at everybody.
Okay.
No, I think he was talking to you.
Yeah.
Listen to you.
Because you're up there in the booth. You're up there in the booth, and all you're doing is going, I can't believe Reed missed that
I
one.
never said
Remember,
that.
he has my back, so this is.
He didn't have your back. He'd sell you out in a
I know, but at least I can't hear it. He'll say the good stuff to me.
Hey, I talked to him. Although I did have the one time I did jinx you.
Yeah.
You didn't know it. I was checking the wind. I spit in the wind. The wind carried it, landed on your shoulder pads that were sitting over there. I'm sorry about that.
It happens.
Yeah, Wolf goes, hey, nice kick, Jeff.
Don't believe him for a minute.
I hope he didn't do that bad. That's
now, Jeff, one of the things that you have done, which has kind of been traditional here, it's been handed down from generation to generation of Pittsburgh Steelers. You're real involved in the community. You are doing. You've been doing a lot of stuff here in Pittsburgh. This is where you remember.
Yeah, you know what? This is
something.
Yeah. He was going to say something. Now come on, let's get through it.
All right, so you're finished. Now it's my turn.
Now you go.
You did a lot of charity work.
I have done a lot of charity work.
Okay, now excuse me.
Turn.
Now it's Moa's turn. Okay. And
when you heard the pause, you should have jumped in.
Excuse me. I did my research, unlike you here, Mr. Co-host. Okay, our man. Oh yeah. Well, here's the official. This is my document. All right, but I think it's important to know that people realize that players are involved in the community, and such as the Cystic Fibrosis Junior Achievement, Salvation Army, hey, the UPMC Cancer Center, the Hillman Cancer Center, the Glimmer of Hope Project, Bundle Up, Turkey Drives, Fashion Show. I mean, you do a lot.
He's
now,
come
the
a couple
fashion
walks.
show,
He's come to the Touch of Walk.
Yeah,
walk
absolutely.
For the
Attaboy.
Try to win the race, man. That's why I was there.
Yeah, with the hair slowed you down.
He's got a lot of wind drag there.
Then it was different.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think it's important that people realize that you are actively involved in helping out. I think that's important.
I think, and the longer you play in this league, the more lives you realize you affect. And whether it's because you're someone's favorite player, or you're a good player and people just respect you for what you do on the field, it's one of those things where you see how many smiles you put on people's faces day in and day out. It doesn't matter if it's for an underprivileged kid or if it's for just a normal, outgoing person that came up and spoke to you. And so things like that. And I've had things happen to friends and stuff, and that's what really makes me put my job aside and say, look, part of my job as an NFL kicker is to help these other underprivileged people that aren't as fortunate as myself.
Good word.
Well, Jeff, we really thank you, and we give an award every week. It's called the Locker Room Leader Award, and it's sponsored by Chrysler Jeep Dodge, and it's for your input to your impact in the community. And we thank you so much. And you're this week's Locker Room Leader Award. It's a very nice little trophy.
Trophy works from Carnegie.
Yeah, trophy works from Carnegie.
Great,
great
trophy. And we thank you for coming on our show. You're a great sport, and we thank you for your impact in this community, Jeff.
And I want to thank Michelle too for all that research.
Yeah.
Or me.
Or
you can thank me for handing it to you.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to Tony DeFazio from the Pittsburgh Sports Report right after this.